late as hell. Mic check. Uh-oh. I don't even know if this thing works. Hello. Mic check. Mic check. I'm just trying everything, man. I don't even know what's going on, man. I can you guys hear me from this mic? All right, cool. Hell yeah. Welcome everybody. I just did a quick hangout. I don't really use this much often. I figured I might as well get in on the impulsive reaction. I actually did work on my sat down and scripted reaction, or review of it, which is actually uploading now. But at the same time, too, I kind of wanted to just chat with some of you cats out there. Did anybody else see it? And I I kind of want to talk about spoilers, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to ruin it for some of you cats out there. So I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I at least wanted to, touch base and talk to some of you. Okay. It sounds like, yeah, probably not yet. Okay. Okay. Um, so yeah, the movie, and I left some of this out of my review as well because you know how some people are. There's the butthurt gen. They'll get upset, if you say too much or whatever. So I kind of skillfully choose my words, which is not like myself. I think I'm a little bit disappointed in myself in that aspect that I wasn't being 100% truthful, just because a lot of people can't handle the truth online. So I try to kind of keep it. I try to avoid certain triggering things. The biggest thing I want to say is when they changed, like I said, without spoiling, they did change obviously the way that Goku ended up on Earth. So I guess that is spoiling, but everyone knew that. If you watched the trailer, you knew that. I mean, we saw Goku getting sent to Earth in body battle armor, so you already knew it was changed. It just came off as like Superman. It really did. Like it did. The way that his father and everything just acted it out, and I'm not against that. But it just, I personally, there was a, I kind of liked a little bit of both of the old Bardock special, so to speak, and the new. I kind of wish they would have, if they would have sliced. Actually, basically, all they had to do, in my humble opinion, was the extra juicy stuff that was never in the Bardock special. Put that in the old Bardock special. Maybe chop out a few things, because you obviously have to compress from time. The biggest problem, obviously, with Dragon Ball movies, like I said, you guys will probably see this on my, if you guys actually do watch my review, which will have spoilers, by the way, but this one won't be spoilers. The biggest thing that I tell people is when it comes to Dragon Ball, it's a lot harder to make an arc in a movie. There's not enough time. Just imagine if they tried to make a Dragon Ball movie off of the whole Tournament of Power, and they had to do it all in an hour and a half. You know how like compact that would be? Like it would just be ridiculous. It just wouldn't work. And that's kind of how this movie felt. It felt like it deserved its own arc, which I also mentioned in my review on my video uploaded. I said, remember Frieza arc became a thing, Golden Frieza arc or whatever, the Resurrection arc, that became a thing. Remember, the movie came out first, did good, and they launched the whole Super series. So I have a feeling that we're gonna get a Broly arc. It's basically gonna repeat the damn movie, but it's gonna give more juicy details. That seems to be the pattern. It felt like a money grabber, that's for sure. I did enjoy it as a fan, if I never seen the movie before, and this is something I left out too, and I did record it, but I decided not to put this part, but I'm kind of going to try to quote myself. I basically wanted to say, like, if you've never seen Dragon Ball before and you went in there, you're probably going to like it because there's a ton of action. But since, like, I'm a fan, and I know a lot of the back history and everything, I felt like it was too much action, like, I did. There was just that point where I was like, there comes a time where it becomes too much, and you're like, okay, I'm kind of just waiting for like what's to happen next. It was always like, you know what I mean, when you got that friend, and I'm probably one of those friends, by the way, that just talks so much that you start to zone out. I'm sure you all got that friend. And sorry if you are that friend. Just let you know, you got to practice on keeping it short. And trust me, I had to, no one ever told me. People weren't direct with me. I had to find out the hard way. When you talk, if it's not entertainment purposes, you have to be short and to the point. Less is more. That's what I've learned in college and in my IT career, with computers and talk. Once you talk after so long, non-entertainmentally speaking, people's minds are they're out, they're zoned. I pretty much kind of zoned out during the fight because it was so much. Was it beautiful to watch? Yes, but there's a difference between being glued to it and awe and kind of like, okay, what's the next part like? So that was kind of, in my humble opinion, it could have been cut down a little bit. But was it beautiful though? The most beautiful fight scenes Dragon Ball has ever achieved and shown. It was amazing. Like, it was running in, like, I swear to God, like 100 frames per second or something. It just looked good. And it never blurred out or anything the way they did it. And like I said, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I'm definitely gonna read some of these comments real quick. Will you do a live stream of watching the movie? I want to get my channel deleted, that one guy. Sorry, no dice, bro. It's funny actually. People have been uploading the whole movie on YouTube. If you actually search, you'll find it. It's probably gone now, but I did find it before, and I downloaded it on purpose just to have it, but I didn't watch it because I wanted to go to the theater. I already bought my ticket too on top of that, and was like, I want to support it because I want it to be good. I Here's the thing, like, whether honestly at the end, if the movie sucked or not, I bought the ticket to support them. They're all 80 some years old now, all our creators, and they're putting their hearts and they're working overtime and old as dirt. A lot of them should be in a nursing home right now. Maybe that's harsh to say, but you know what I'm saying? They're putting their heart and soul into this. So the least I can do is tip them, the $15. And then on top of that, I get to see the movie for free. That's how my mind perceives Dragon Ball. See, I'm that huge of a fan that I'm just going to do it. Can I be called a fanboy? Sure, absolutely. I don't care. It's no different than when people walk by a guy on the street with a saxophone, they throw him like $3-4. You see what I'm saying? Like, boom, they just throw it to him. These are people that easily all are well off in life and can retire. They don't have to give a crap. They got back into the studio because of us. And to me, if they don't see that support, they're not likely to want to create another movie or a show. So that's something I tell people too. Like, I know it kind of sounds forceful or pressured, or I don't know what the word is. Maybe like not entitled, but probably pressured, So either way, I don't care. I'm going to show that I like it. I do that with all my shows. If like I tip pretty much every YouTube creator that I react to. Pretty much 80% of all my earnings go back to the YouTube creators I watch. Just because it's like, well, I want them to keep going. I don't do it for money. I do it because I enjoy watching it. And some people enjoy my wacky, weird personality. You'll get mega copy strike. I got the pun there. Very nice, Do I recommend the movie? Like I said, if you've never seen the movie or if you know nothing about Dragon Ball, you're probably gonna like it. If you do know about Dragon Ball, it's gonna be very hard. It depends what type of personality you have. And someone like me that's been watching it since I was like back in the 80s and like early 90s, Japanese subtitle and everything, I was let down on good chunks, but I was also happy on other chunks too. So it really is. I'm waiting to see, and here's the thing, on YouTube today, a lot of people are scared to have an opinion because it could literally destroy your channel by speaking the truth or your opinion. And I just have a feeling that a lot of people are just going to just go. They're going to look at what everybody says. For instance, let's say 100 people all come out and say, "Oh, this movie sucks." Then, of course, like Forever World, you know, and all the Dragon Ball hype and all those popular master media. And I'm not throwing them under the bus. They're all going to go along with it. I noticed that a lot of YouTubers don't have the balls to really voice their opinion. They go on the bandwagon. They kind of agree with the majority. And that's another video I was working on, how people kind of are, I call them sheeple on YouTube, you know, where it, you know, if 10 people say it's good, then all of a sudden everyone just goes with it because they don't go against the grain very well on here. So that's why I just say, you know, if you're hard on money, don't see it. But if you're not, see it. I'll say it that way. And that still makes me sound like I don't like the movie. And I think the movie's great, you know, but like I said, like it's definitely not my favorite Dragon Ball movie. The biggest problem is that it's an arc. Or it needed to be an arc. And like I said, we could possibly get an arc in the future because they did it with Frieza. Remember, they dropped the Frieza movie, made a ton of money, and saw, hey, well, wait, Dragon Ball's still alive? You know, it was just you know, they threw something in the water just to see, and people saw it on purpose to resurrect it. Get it? Resurrection? That was a pun. But anyways, so now they're probably going to do a Broly arc in the next Super. That's what I'm guessing they're going to do. Or they're going to jump past that now and, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So I wonder what's going to happen when Goku and Vegeta become too powerful for the Dragon Ball franchise, because honestly, we're running out of content. They already are too damn powerful. But, you know, I still think it's very enjoyable to see how they could still fight on Earth without destroying it. Which, at this point, if you remember on the survival arc, the last one on Power or Super, Goku was like punching Infinity against Jiren. And if Broly's really as strong as they depicted him, and he is about as strong as Beerus, I would say. Like, if I had to really gauge him, I have no proof of this. This is pure speculation. And Goku did say that. He's like, I think you're stronger than Beerus. He's like, I'm not sure, but like, the point is like, Jiren wasn't even at Beerus's level. So it'd be like Whis, from our universe perspective, you know, Whis, Beerus / Broly, then Goku, obviously now, Jiren, Vegeta, Topo. You guys can figure out the rest. I couldn't make it to the theater. He watched it online. I support him if I could. Maybe I'll buy it a few times. I mean, yeah. I mean, the movie theater is probably the most important thing if you really want to like super support him. And like I said, I don't have that issue, you know, where it's like I can't, you know, I just didn't go buy Starbucks and Burger King or McDonald's for like most Americans spend a movie ticket in a day without even thinking. I just did that, you know. I'm like, okay, well, you know, if I want to see the movie, I just won't buy this. Problem solved. Like, it was that straightforward. Or, you know, as a kid, for you cats know, I starved myself literally for a month just so I can buy Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1 when it came out. I was back in 1997. Yeah, I know I'm kind of old, but the point is I did that. I disciplined myself to do that. I'm not saying you even have that luxury to do it, but you know, it's one way around it. Or maybe you can take that in your noggin and use it in the future, you know, for stuff. So 100% agree with you. This movie deserves it. Hell yeah, Faye. For sure. I might try to go to the theater to watch it though. Like I said, it's really up to you guys if you guys want to see the movie or not. You know, like I said, the reason why I didn't jump on live stream right away was because one, obviously I had to edit. I sat down first and I wrote as much I could remember in notes. And then of course I organized it and I wanted to work on a professional review of it, right? And then I figured I uploaded it. Well, it's still uploading now. It's taking, I don't know, YouTube now all of a sudden. I used to upload videos in like 5 minutes. Now it seems to take like an hour to upload my YouTube videos, which is weird. I don't know what the hell happened, but it seems to be doing that for like a week or two now. And then I want to do it impulsive, so to speak. Like this is off the cuff. I can't sit there and be like, hey, wait, let me think how to manipulate you guys or something. This is straight up like unedited and just talk. What about Yamcha, the strongest fighter? Hell yeah, man. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much. I just really, it's not really a spoiler if I say Piccolo, because we all know Piccolo's level is nothing, anymore. Like he's basically irrelevant. So whether I mention him or not, I don't really feel like it'd be a spoiler. So we all know Piccolo will be in the movie. We saw the trailers and stuff. I just personally, and this is a video I want to make too, I really wish that here's how Piccolo can really breach the gap between the Saiyans, and Namekians, at least for Piccolo. All he's got to do is learn Kaioken from King Kai. He needs to go back to King Kai's planet and learn it. I don't know why he never did learn it. And the reason I say that is because he can times X, where X obviously is whatever he can train and learn to build his body up to. Remember, it does put strain on the body and like blow, like, eventually if you go too high, it can like pop you. But Piccolo can regenerate his anatomy. So it might look a little gruesome, but at Piccolo's level now, I think we all can say he at least could Kaioken times, I don't know, like 50,000. I don't know. Every time he does it or something, like maybe like a toe falls off or something, but then he would just I guess what I'm saying is like the hack would be that his body can just handle it. As a Namekian, maybe it's just the input hack, like, well, it could regenerate that type of strain on the body. So then he would be sitting there always going, Kaioken, flying around. But when you see him blitzing people, you would know that, okay, he's basically like Kaiokening everything. And like I said, with a huge multiplier, because you're going to have to go insanely high, like what is like base super, like 50 times, you know what I mean? You guys know your times this, times that. All I'm saying is put them back up there in relevancy. I want that personally. I think a lot of people would love that. And of course, I'm that person that's like, I just wish I had 2 minutes with Akira Toriyama. That's what I would do. As much as I would like to like sit down and talk with him about just things, I would push Piccolo as come on, make him relevant, give him Kaioken. His body can, regenerate. That could be the hacks to allow him to get high levels. Of course, he still has to train to get even higher levels of it. Problem solved. Put him back in the show. Make Piccolo great again. A mappa. Mappa. Meppa, make Piccolo great again. Oh, that'd be like Mapka or some Mapka. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Wow. You must live out in the middle of nowhere then, Perez. It's all good. Yeah, take care, Evan. Whatever happened to Super Namekian form? That was never a thing. I'm guessing you are talking about Mastar Media when Maystar made it. Well, actually, no, I think you're right. When he fused with Nail, he called himself a Super Namekian, but right? I think that's what it was. It wasn't even a super. All it was a fusion. That pretty much got stomped when Frieza. This is going back to Z, so I hope a lot of you watched Z by now before I even say this. Frieza had a bunch of different forms. And once again, the Dragon Balls are in this movie. And I'm not going to spoil it, but what Frieza wants to wish for, I think it's pretty funny. In my humble opinion, I thought it was hilarious. Oh yeah, that's right. He did do that too. I totally forgot about that. First he fused with Nail, and then he fused with Kami. And he was pretty tough again, right? It made him relevant again. I know someone else was like, why doesn't he just go to Android? Why doesn't he just go to Universe 6 and just fuse with all the dynamics there? I was like, well, for starters, he would have to force a whole race to get in his belly. I don't know if they really would go along with just dying and giving themselves. Obviously, the Universe 6 did it so they could have a chance against us. But come to find out, almost 90% of the planet fused with them wasn't even enough to stop Gohan and Piccolo. So it kind of really shows you their strength as Namekians is nothing compared to Piccolo. Piccolo is by far the strongest Namekian that I've ever seen. I also wish there was a God of Destruction that was a Namekian. I think that would have been cool, especially for Piccolo to go train with him to learn learn something, and he could unlock Piccolo, Namekian God form or something. Like I was always thinking that too, as a justifiable plot twist to get Piccolo back up in the game. Yeah, technically you're right. He is Kami technically is the god of Earth, the guardian of Earth, which once upon a time Kami was looked at as the god of Earth, and some might say he still is. I kind of see him more as the guardian of Earth. And remember, Piccolo is the evil side of Kami because they were two people and they split because he wanted to get rid of the evil side. So Piccolo was the evil side and Kami was the good side. But then you go to King Kai, all of them are gods. Once you get in heaven, like King Kai, there's the four Kais. The north, south, east, and west Kais. They're all gods. All the way up until the that purple dude with the white hair. God, he's the one character I can never remember. I remember Tapion, which is a complete movie offset of Dragon Ball, but what the hell is that guy's name? I want to say Kenshin, but I'm thinking of that samurai. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The purple guy during the Buu saga. He was a Kai, an elder Kai, and all them. They're all gods. So it's very funny. There's different tier levels of gods, and all those gods can't even take on Majin Buu. So they're very. I mean, we all know how the tier structure goes. Like they're way down here, and then obviously like Beerus, and then they're like way up there. Like a lot of stuff has changed. The Great Ape form. That definitely was pretty legit. I do miss it, for some reasons, but I do like how GT paid a little bit of respect and kind of brought it back in a sense. And I know a lot of people don't like GT, and that's a good example of the bandwagon thing, is what I tell people. Every time people bring up GT, they have this knee jerk response to just trash it right away. And I'm like, I didn't think it was like that bad. Like, there's like train wreck bad, you know what I mean? And there's like oh, it was okay bad. Like people treat it like bad, like it was just an abomination. I'm like, I didn't see it as an abomination. It's just an alternate universe, or at the time at least we thought it was continuity at its finest. You know, it was just I just don't see it as that bad as what people paint it as. I'm not a fanboy of it or anything. I was always so confused when people complained about it. GT always was canon. It's not continuity, but it's canon. You think it was the best Dragon Ball movie hands down? All right, fair enough. I don't personally think it is, but I think it's definitely the best animated drawn of all Dragon Ball. Like you take that movie against every episode of anything of Dragon Ball. franchise, movie, or episodes, TV series, it was by far the best. That way. I still think, and maybe I'm just biased because I am older, I like the Trunk special because it was just executed so right. They had enough time to make it all fit and it all worked. Nothing had to be overlaps or left you hanging with questions. This movie to me needed to be an arc. That's my honest, humble opinion. I think it just didn't have enough time to do it justice. I still liked it, but I think that's also the spoiled side of us Dragon Ball fans. Because whenever we watch Dragon Ball, we got hundreds of episodes, and it completely, as much as some of us like to complain, oh god, now we gotta wait for the next episode, oh god, it's like, of course we're greedy, we just want to see it. That's the problem, of course. And when you're waiting, when you watch it when it first comes out, you have to wait. you know this movie didn't give us, like, if they just went to the Broly arc after Super and made it instead of, because remember the movie was only 2 hours long. Well, in our world of Dragon Ball, that's 6 episodes. So just think that the Broly arc was only 6 episodes. Put that in perspective. How do you think, like, if you watched it, like once a week when it dropped, you would be disappointed. You'd be like, there's no, it doesn't do it justice. So that's why I tell people, it's like, you gotta like it for what it is, and the hard work that they put into it. So that's why I'm like at a toss up. It's like I like it. I just, of course, I'm greedy, and I want to see like a huge arc, 50 episodes, 30 episodes. I want some like super backstory and all that jazz. I want my cake, ice cream, and the leftovers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where I'm at. I'm greedy. Your favorite's the Battle of Gods, right on. Yeah, I'd have to. You know what? Actually, I don't think I've ever seen that one. I just watched the arc, with the TV series, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Wait a minute, wasn't this a movie?" And then of course people were like, "Yeah, it was." When they explained, I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Well then, no point me going back and watching it." I should though, just throw it on in the background or whatever, and get jiggy with it. Oh, I think my cat's trying to get inside. But anyways, y'all, I just wanted to just jump in here real quick, hit a few buttons and stuff. If you guys enjoy this, definitely hit likes up, whatever. My review should be dropping here actually in what appears to be about 5 minutes or less. If you guys want to hear my scripted talk about it, like I said, you guys at least heard the off the cuff, off the record, so to speak, review of it, and I wanted to kind of separate the two. It sounds sneaky, but I figured only like the hardcore fans will even watch this live stream anyways, of mine. Everybody else is probably going to click on that other video. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So I'm going to. Oh, yeah, I have to agree with that. The old Broly was cool for what it was. I'm a little bit happy that he gets this. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it, so go watch my spoiler review video is going to be up like very soon. So that's why I'm trying not to spoil anything on this one. This is technically a non-spoiler off the cuff video, so to speak, Anyways, y'all, you guys take care. I'll see you guys later. I'm probably gonna go game on my gaming channel, MegaNidge. So if you guys want, you can join it. MegaNidge, type it in. If you guys care, you rage sometimes, so you've been warned. But see you guys soon. How do I stop this thing? Kakarot!